Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for this Lessons in Leadership. I'm here with Rachel today, and we are talking about something that many women face that is various gender barriers. And Rachel, I'm curious if you've got any kind of examples of times you've encountered this and then how you've learned to navigate through it.
Yeah. So when I think about gender barriers, there's all sorts of different ones, but there's this one memory from my first job in higher education. And I was really excited to be on a team. I had worked as a journalist with this same team that I joined. And so I was so glad to kind of come into a new role. And so I gave some advice when I had first come into my role to a male leader who was outside of my chain of command, but who I'd known from the industry and who I'd worked with. We'd noticed some things about the institution from the news industry. And so I thought, here's a way we can improve. I can help my new team be successful. I was a little less gentle then as a 22-year-old than I am now. But I had come from a pretty raucous newsroom, and it was definitely well intentioned, and it was definitely true. There had been this really pervasive reputation that anytime a news release came to our office, and I think any of the other offices, it always had an error. And so people were nervous to run the press releases right away because we knew in a day or two there might be a correction. So I can't remember if it was the same day or a few days later, but a female vice chancellor came into my office and sat down and said she wanted to give me, so funny, a lesson on leadership. And it was kind of a statement where you know you're in trouble, but I couldn't quite wrap my mind around what I had done that could have gotten me in trouble. And she said something to the effect of, as women professionals, we have to be honest with each other and help each other. And I was immediately kind of suspicious because I have had lots of great women leaders, and none of them have ever started a conversation by saying it. It's kind of like if you're a girl's girl, you don't say that you're a girl's girl. You just are respectful and friendly and fun. And so she went on to say that I shouldn't have shared that feedback with my colleague. She said I should have tried to find a way to make the advice feel like his idea and let him bring it forward. And so I laughed because I thought, oh, we are bonding over this kind of fragility. And, that's how we're having this lesson on leadership as women. But she did not laugh. She was really upset and told me that men in leadership roles need to be respected in a different way than women in leadership roles. And so I've thought about that so much as I became a leader. And it really shaped my perspective, like how I want to train the next generation of leaders. Because we all know there are hacks, right? There are hacks when you're not being heard or when you're being talked down to, you can kind of subvert the system. But I don't want to be a proponent of that system. I want to be the person who's making it better for the next generation of women. So I think about that story a lot, and it's really affected how I talk to my younger team members now.
Thank you so much for sharing. I think one of the things that you really hit on is that sometimes we take something, we internalize it, and then we may not be in a position that we can do anything that day or that month, even that year, but it's something that stays with us. And then when we have the opportunity years down the road to really reframe how we shape that future narrative, we're able to do so and use our power, our influence, and our learnings and our positionality to be able to make it better. So thank you for sharing and for being so candid. Everybody else, I hope you have a great day and make sure you check out the rest of these videos.